thoughts.
What is up, everybody? This is Merchant Mike, and this is another The MorphinCast by Red Cycle Inc. I'm Merchant Mike, I'm joined by Tenacious T, go out top, screw up, the man with
Not
many names.
too many names, man. I could keep coming up with more if everybody wants some more, but I don't think everybody wants so many aliases. You know, my hip hop name is T the Gun.
There you go.
Exactly.
T the Gun,
Today,
Tommy Cupcakes.
yeah, I mean, shitbrick, fucking whatever the hell you want to call me, asshole. Just flick me off. You don't even gotta say my name. Just give me the middle
That's
finger.
what I do.
You know,
Anyway.
that's how I respond. I'm like, yep, sounds about right.
What
Sounds
is going
about
on?
right.
This is the MorphinCast, and this is 30th anniversary week. And we got a Power Ranger special that we're gonna review today. Yes, we are getting to that Sentai, and that'll be the next cast. We'll be doing the Geki Ranger Sentai. Just those are long, so give us some time, and we'll have a nice Sentai cast next week. The next podcast we put up.
Before we go in, because we didn't release a cast last month, which
Yeah.
we're now in the month of April, this would technically be our 7-year anniversary
Yes.
cast. You know what I mean? I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure 7 years. 7 years of doing the MorphinCast.
Yes.
You know how many episodes that is, ladies and gentlemen?
I don't know.
That's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. I used to keep tally of that. You know what I mean? I really did, but I gave up. once we got like 3/4 of the way we are now through Sentai and rewatching all the episodes of the Americanized Power Rangers, I was like, this is just too much to count. But I will give an accurate number on our next podcast. I promise. How many episodes that we've actually watched so far?
Yeah. We did a lot. Because
Yeah.
Sentai adds another 50 episodes each fucking season.
And then we rewatch the season simultaneously with it and give a verdict of what we feel is better. You know?
Exactly. But before we get into once and always, there's a ton of Lightning Collection shit that has been coming out, as in we getting hard to catch up. But they announced a bunch of things for the 30th anniversary. They announced a new Rita Repulsor with like a more dynamic head and actually has more expressions. They announced remake of the 30th anniversary editions of the red, green, pink. They did blue and yellow already, and black. They're doing the Black Ranger as well. That they have new head structures, and the Green Ranger has no shield.
Yes, and believe it or not, I was actually on one of my figure pages on Facebook,
Yeah.
and people were complaining about that. And I hit them with, I'm pretty sure the original Bandai Green Ranger didn't have a shield either.
No, he did.
Didn't. It had the Dragon Zord emblem in the center.
No, he had a shield.
No,
I have the box. I have it.
Yeah, that's the one that came in the Dragon Zord. I'm talking about the original one that didn't come in that.
It had a shield. No, it had a shield. It had you had to press it together though. The shield always fucking fell off. It didn't stay on, but it came with a shield.
I don't know why.
I will guarantee
it.
it.
Emblem on the center.
They
still have the emblem on the center?
Because they still did it. They still put the emblem on the center. He did. You talking about the flip head?
No, I'm not talking about the flip head.
You talking about the original figure?
About the original. I have it downstairs.
So the original figure.
The original Green Ranger.
The original Green Ranger figure came with the Dragon Zord. He didn't come separate. He came with the Dragon Zord. He had a shield, but you had to like put the buttons together, and the shield never stood on.
Shield never. I mean, I am looking at it now. And it does have a shield, and it does pop off, and it does have the emblem.
I told you.
Motherfuckers.
But the thing is,
that was
the
best $40 that I ever bought, though, man. I'll tell you that much.
But the shield never stood on.
I bought all the original Rangers, Bandai Rangers, for like $40.
Nice.
And now the Green Ranger one right now online is going for $70 just alone.
That's actually pretty good. That's actually pretty good.
Well, in Time Warp, they had the Green Ranger and Dragon Zord sealed the box for $300.
Yeah.
That to me is amazing.
That's actually pretty good. I remember getting the box of the Dragon Sword brand new. It was still mitten box. I got it for 120
Not bad at all.
mitten box.
Wow, man, I'm looking now. I just dove into the rabbit hole, man. They got graded PSA Power Ranger cards, which I have,
Yeah.
like in mint condition, like selling for like $2,000, bro. It's wild. I know it's off topic, but I just went down a rabbit hole and I should have never done that.
All right. So yes, we are going. There's a lot of Lightning collections. They did the 30th anniversary. They're more detailed. They fixed the faces of some of the ones that we thought were hideous, which was like Kimberly. They actually fixed her face. Tommy has a new head. They didn't show the Jason face or the Rocky face, wherever Red Ranger they're gonna do. Most likely it should be
Not
Jason.
Jason. It has to be Jason.
Yeah, because he has the dragon shield. And then it
I
shows
never
Zach.
had
Zach
that.
looked pretty good.
How many times are we gonna get? As much as I love having different Tommy ranges, but how many Tommies are we gonna have, man?
How many?
They never stop.
We still got it. We still need. We still haven't got a turbo. We still have. Well, we're getting the brachial ranger, the black ranger.
Yeah.
We're getting that one. But yeah, that's pretty much what they got. I have a feeling they're gonna do the 30th anniversary White Ranger as well. So I have a feeling we're gonna get a White Ranger out of it too.
I have a feeling we're gonna get a Soul of the Dragon, which I'm pretty sure they just wrapped up in editing that movie recently.
Oh, White Dragon, you mean?
White, yeah, but Soul of the Dragon or
No,
whatever.
it's the White Dragon. The Legend of the White
Yeah.
Dragon.
But what's the movie coming out?
They said later this year.
And that's the name of it? Soul of the White Dragon?
No, Legend of the White Dragon.
Legend of the White Dragon.
The Soul of the Dragon is the comic book.
Comic. Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I'm messing it up with.
Yeah.
I'm not on my game today, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, we got a lot of Hasbro's coming out. Stop it. Slow down.
Yeah, but at least they're putting the fucking the plastic casing back again. So
Yeah,
I'm
they put in
excited
the
for
window.
that.
Yeah, they put in the window back because they was realizing that their sales went down because the window packaging people don't like it.
Yeah, when you open up the box and Groot's in it, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like whoever's trolling the world with that, I respect the hell out of it though. Because
I
for
get that all
people
the
who are
time.
viewers like me and never open up the box, will never know if it's actually in there.
Yeah. So that happens a lot too. Like even with figures with window boxes, this always happens a lot. I always find wrestling figures like that. I think I've
Yeah.
sent you a John Cena with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, and there's a John Cena figure inside.
Bro, I went into the Target with you and seen something like that.
Yeah. I
Now, is
think it
that
was
somebody
Bailey.
opening it up and fucking with somebody? Or
No,
it's
I
just like
think it's just
manufactured up?
I think it's just distribution issue. I have a feeling that it comes in like that.
I wonder if that's worth some money.
I don't know. Maybe.
It could be. It's a mishap. You know what I mean? Like you never know.
I was there's a all right. So right now in Target downstairs they have a RVD in a Shawn Michaels HBK Heartbreak Kid box. I actually like the RVD, and I'm like, I might actually fucking take it because I actually like the RVD that they have in there. But I
Yeah,
was
just
like, I
open
don't
it
wait
up.
till that shit's going to clearance. But
Oh yeah.
yeah,
They got like Molly Holly all over the place on clearance, like
yeah,
crazy. It's like $6 at Target right now. They
yeah.
have so many Molly Hollies. I guess she wasn't a popular one, but that's
I,
neither
I
here nor
got
there.
I got
Not
her.
really.
I like the Molly. I grabbed her.
I enjoyed Molly for her time in wrestling. I don't understand why she's in the Hall of Fame or anything like
Oh,
that.
she was
But
amazing. She was a great wrestler, and she was a big reason why the women could wrestle during that time.
I know, but I just
You had to actually
I
look
don't
at
know.
her
I always
career
felt like
before.
she was. I always felt like she was like a gimmick. You know
Nah,
what I mean?
she was not. She was actually a pure wrestler. She was actually one of the better wrestlers they had.
Listen, I get it. She's part of the hardcore family, okay?
But yeah, she was good. Anyway, this is a MorphinCast, so.
Exactly. Stay tuned for the wrestling battle for that,
All right,
which I
so
am not a part of.
yeah, we had Hasbro just showered us with a bunch of figures. We also shout outs to our last Morphin cast. We did the Power Rangers Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comics, so definitely check that cast out when you get a chance. Part 2 came out recently. The first 4 issues are out. They're freaking amazing. There's a lot of revamps happening in the comic book as well. They're bringing back the name Mighty Power Rangers as one book. So that's getting a relaunch, and Lord Zed has a Power Morpher.
He's a power morpher.
Yeah, he has a Power Ranger
Oh
suit.
yeah. I remember that.
It's pretty badass.
Also, everybody go and check out the last Game of Rage podcast. We did a review on all the Power Ranger games.
Yep, it was released last week. So check those out.
Definitely check that out.
A lot of 30-year anniversary stuff. Like, it all kind of combined together. It was actually pretty easy.
Yeah, no, it worked well.
Yes. So now we go and review Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Once and Always. So
ready for it. I'm actually excited for this.
So the little synopsis of what they give me is the Rangers come face to face with a familiar threat from the past. In the midst of the global crisis, they are called once again to be the heroes the world needs. And they also had a tragic death of someone, and they out for revenge in that sense. So.
No, let's not say revenge. Say justice. Revenge is something that Rita does, right?
Well, she wanted revenge first.
Yes, of course. So, let's break this shit down, okay? This is what happened. Billy decides. Now, for everybody who knows the history, who dove down into all the seasons like we have, one of the greatest episodes ever is the season finale of Space, where Andros, the Red Space Ranger, destroys Zordon's capsule, which releases his energy and basically wipes all of evil out of the universe. So Rita, her evil side left and she became human. Same thing with Lord Zed. He became human. So what Billy was trying to do, he tried to tap into the morphin grid to bring Zordon back, which I don't understand why, because if you listen to our cast, Zordon does not do shit. He doesn't do anything.
We don't like him.
But in that time that he did this, the evilness that was stuck in the dark side of the grid was the evil energy of Rita, and she jumps through and inhabits the body of Alpha 8. And then somehow, some way, magically just transforms his body like it's nothing.
Yep.
Which I know is one of the things that you don't like.
Yes, it was.
Ladies and gentlemen, I made the Merc with the mic watch it for a second time because
you didn't make me watch it. I watched it the second time.
I twisted your arm and pulled your ponytail and said, "You better watch it again."
Nah, I learned I'm watching it because you know what? As I went to the first time, I was distracted. For some reason at work, when I watch these things at work, when I actually start watching something, everybody wants to talk to me. Everybody.
Yeah.
So.
And I'm the one that's like, "You're gonna need to rewind that."
Yeah.
Especially with the Dusty Rhodes one was the perfect example. Like I really noticed it. When you're trying to watch something, it's like 5 people start talking to you.
Yeah.
Like, everybody shut the fuck up and let me watch.
Yeah.
Please. Like, I need him to watch
So
this.
I was like, you know what, let me watch it again. Because you were saying you were rewatching it. So I was like, you know what, let me give it a rewatch as well. So when I got
it's only an hour long, which is also one of the things that I don't like about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I have a lot of things that I like, and I have some things that I don't like, and we'll discuss that after we break down, what actually happened.
So we start off with so the movie starts off the special starts off with Billy. They're fighting
on the ground.
Yeah, they're all on the ground. They all like battle raged and shit like that, and you see a Rita Repulsa, like robotic and shit, talking shit, and you see all the other Rangers coming to fight and by their side and everything like that. One thing leads to another. She shoots, she blasts. Trini saves Billy.
Trini jumps in front of Billy and basically sacrifices herself.
Yes.
But what's cool about this scene is that every single Ranger is in it. We're talking Blue Ranger, Pink Ranger, Yellow Ranger, Black Ranger, Green Ranger. You know what I mean? They're all there. Red Ranger, they're all there.
Yeah.
So this is later in the future. Now, so this is present time, and they're a lot older now.
Yeah.
So it still shows that they're holding the mantle
Yeah.
and the power of being the Power Rangers. Even though Billy gave up his power at the end of season 3 to go to the Arcturians planet, but that's neither here or there. Which they do give a nod to in the show.
Yeah.
But ultimately, Trini dies.
Yes.
Which is sad because the actress who played Trini did actually pass away in 2001, which is very sad. And it gave her like another chance to kind of reprise the role a little bit, like from, you know what I mean, from a different perspective.
Yeah, and also gives her life, like her death, like in canon with the Power Ranger universe as well.
Yeah, I did dig that. I did enjoy the fact that it went straight into that. You know what I mean? Like straight balls to the wall, like it's on and popping. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what I don't get is how the Green Ranger's still in it.
Me, you know what? That was one of the things I was like. But then again, you know what? Again, I had it like. So watching this, I had to take my nostalgia. I took my nostalgia off. But then I'm also like looking at the things that we were told from the shows and from the comics and everything in general too, and I'm like, how the fuck the Green Ranger's there?
Yeah, that was the first thing that I thought in my head.
But
you know
then
what I mean? It's like, shouldn't he be the White Ranger?
But then again, we did see the Master Morpher, the Master Morpher and shit like that too. So I'm like, I don't know, maybe he has that now. Like,
Maybe.
There's no signs of what he has and how he has the powers though.
Yeah. So so ultimately, like we said, Trini dies, sacrificing herself for Billy. And then it cuts to the scene with Billy and Zach, and they're talking in the kitchen about how they're gonna break the news to Trini's daughter. So the Merc over here has this ongoing joke that Trini was a virgin, and she's the Virgin Mary, and she never had a man in her life.
She had no pictures.
She probably divorced them. That's what I was saying. They probably got a divorce.
But even
I guarantee you, it was that Puerto Rican dude that was in like season 2.
But even the daughter doesn't acknowledge that she had a father.
Maybe he was a fucking absentee
I think it was
father.
Jason. I think it was Jason.
I think that it was Zordon.
I think it was Jason.
I think Zordon implemented.
He possessed Jason. He procreated. We need another Yellow Ranger.
we need Zordon to continue. He's a creep ball as it is, so you know what I mean. Like, but I also would have thought it would have been awesome if it was either Bulk or Skull too. But I don't think Trini would have went that low. You know what I mean?
Well, Skull had a son. We saw him in Samurai.
Yeah, he ended up being with Bulk. I remember that.
Yeah, he was Uncle Bulk.
But so Rita's ultimate plan is to capture the Rangers, turn them into Lightning Collection figures, right? Which was fucking awesome, if you ask me.
Wait, before you go. So shout outs to Black Nerd Comedy, because I actually watched his review just to give another synopsis in my head too. I actually like his reviews because he's a fan. Like, he's 100% a fan. He knows that he knows
who he is
shit.
too,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, no, shit, yeah, exactly. But that was one thing he said about Rita. It's like, Rita is just mad because she wanted to start her own Lightning Collection series. And I was like, all right, I got you there. But yeah, go ahead.
She probably didn't have access to them, you know what I mean? So she's like, this is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to get... That's actually pretty funny. But, so her ultimate goal was to capture all the Rangers to power this portal that could send her back to her former younger self. Because now, keep in mind, she's basically a robot.
Yes.
With an AI mind of Rita.
She Robo-Rita.
So it's not even like an AI, it's actually like her possessing a robot. So she wants to go back in time and link up with her younger self to kill the Power Rangers before they ever even got the power to morph.
Yeah.
So that's basically what this is about, and it's the Rangers trying to stop her and getting justice for Trini, and also saving their friends. You know what I mean? So that's basically what this hour special is.
Yeah.
All right. So it goes to Trini's funeral, and then which is one of the first things that I heard is when they're walking up and they're talking, you hear Tommy, Jason, and Kimberly's voice in the background yell Dragonzord, Pterodactyl, and Tyrannosaurus. You hear it,
Yes.
so you know something's going down. So they end up morphing. You actually get to see a quick morphin sequence, which I thought the morphin sequence this time was fucking awesome because instead of doing the whole which they've done it a couple of times
Yeah.
in this special, but you just see them electrify and turn into the suits, which I love that mid morph thing.
Yeah, yeah.
I've
We
always
always
loved
been a
that
fan
mid
of
morph.
that.
You know what I mean? I don't need to see that fucking sequence every single time where everybody takes their turn as there's fire and destruction going around. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's just it's a waste of time if you ask me. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? You can just say morphin time and yell out your thing and not have to wait for each other. Like
Yeah.
Trini, it's your go. No, it's
You see them
Jason's
just
go now.
looking.
You know what I mean?
You ran wrong. You were supposed to be last.
So yeah, so she ended up uh, bringing back two of her henchmen that I guess was in seasons. I don't remember them at
They're both
all.
in. So one, the lizard was the one that was talked by Bill Cranston,
Oh, okay.
and then the other
I think I
one,
remember a little bit.
yeah, he was talked by him. So that was the one reason why I knew exactly which one that one was, and then the other one, they announced the figure of him. So I guess they put him in there like, hey, we got a figure coming out.
I mean, Hasbro. I mean, they've been doing a good job on the figures themselves, but I don't know. It's kind of reaching a little bit.
But
But
yeah,
so this was at Trini's 1 year memorial. So
yeah,
Zach ended up becoming
the
Trini's
Guardian.
daughter's guardian. You know what I mean? Which I thought was really cool. You know what I mean? Because
He left Congress
Trini and
for it.
Zach. I mean, what you say?
He left Congress for it. Like he was a congressman.
Oh, all right, well, one less fingered congressman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which I never even really noticed he was missing a finger until I actually stared at it and looked this time. Never noticed it, ever. And and you told me like he didn't have a finger since back in the Mighty Morphin time.
Yeah, he never he was missing a finger. How I noticed that he was missing a finger was he did a movie called Backyard Dogs, which was like a backyard wrestling movie. The only reason I watched it because one of my favorite Japanese wrestlers was in it, Hayabusa. So I watched it and he was the lead character, and I noticed that he was missing a finger, and I was like, how is missing a finger? And then I looked it up, and I looked it up, and I was like, how is Zach missing a finger? And then they actually said he always was missing that finger.
Always, like
Yeah.
forever, his whole life. He was born
He
that way.
he lost it when he was a kid.
Oh, well, shouldn't have been playing with fucking sticks, buddy. All right.
Probably.
But what I love is that the original voice actress who voiced not the girl who played her when Rita became young, but the original voice actress who voiced over the Sentai version of, technically it's Bandora. You know what I mean? Queen Bandora. She actually voiced Rita again,
Yeah.
which I thought was super dope. Like I looked it all up. I'm about to pull up her name right now.
I have everything up. Barbara Goodson.
Yeah, Barbara Goodson. I should have written it down, but I didn't.
I,
But yeah, she was the original voice of Rita. Like she got to reprise her role, which was awesome. You know what I mean to me. So Jason, Kimberly, and Tommy all got caught and turned into little Hasbro toys, little Lightning Collection toys. That was so cute.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Which and if anybody who's starting their Lightning Collection, I think that's a good start. You know what I mean? Like if you're gonna get anyone, it's Kim, Jason, and Tommy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Probably the most beloved of all the Rangers. You know, of the Mighty Morphin.
She's
Anyway.
probably mad that the Red didn't have the shield that day.
Yeah. So what they end up going to the command center because obviously shit's hitting the fan, and this is where I thought it was super dope because this is the first time ever, besides looking at Rita's palace and reading the words Pandora's palace, you've never actually heard the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers or anybody in the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger universe actually say the names Pandora.
That was the first time they actually said Pandora's Palace. Yes.
So this was Pandora's protocol.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So the idea was to channel the other Rangers who possessed the mighty Morphin power. So they ended up bringing back Cat. They ended up bringing back
Cat,
who was the other
Rocky.
one? Yeah, I wanted to save Rocky for last.
Yeah.
I don't like to ever
Well,
put
it was
him
just
first.
Cat and Rocky, and then Adam and Aisha. No, Adam and Ashley.
Yeah, Adam and Ashley
Aisha.
started
No, it's
basically
Aisha.
started
That was
SPD.
Aisha. She was
But
Aisha. Yeah.
wait, well, hold on a second. No, there was somebody else too, because it was three.
Yeah. It was Rocky because the Yellow Ranger didn't get her power yet, so that's the third.
Yeah,
Because Billy
which
and
which is
Jason, Billy and Zach had their power.
which is funny because Cat is sitting there, and this is another nod to like. There's a lot of nods to the past stuff that I've noticed. Like at the end of Mighty Morphin, it showed in the future that Cat and Tommy were married and had a kid, and he ultimately became the Green SPD Ranger.
Well, that was in the comic. That was Boom Studios comic that they did that.
I understand that, but in this universe, this still counts
Yeah, no,
because
no,
it's
it counted because they also did it with the legendary battle that they did in Dino Charge as well.
exactly. So it is law, I guess, at this moment in time
Yeah,
that they did become like a couple and they did have a kid. But like when she found out, and I love how you said it, is like she found out like Tommy was gone. I was just like nonchalantly like, okay, like she
yeah.
didn't even give a shit. Maybe they were on the rocks. You know what I mean?
Maybe, maybe.
Because if Kimberly was the Pink Ranger,
Yeah,
maybe Kimberly tried to step in and be like, I had you first type of shit. Maybe Tommy, and her were kind of like, having an affair together. That's where my brain went.
yeah.
You know what I mean? He was probably still mad about that Dear John letter.
They probably did that too. He probably just ignored her.
And the
They morphed
fact that she
together and
left
they
his
just
ass
ignored her.
for she left him for a gymnastics coach.
Oh, this is in her field, so there you go.
Yeah. But he's the all powerful, most famous ranger ever in history, and you choose a fucking gymnast coach.
They don't know
It's
that.
stupid to me. But
We know that. They don't know
you
that.
know what I hated, and it's like, guys, go and check out all of our previous casts. We bash Steve Cardenas' Rocky like there's no tomorrow.
You know,
And the second that I saw him, I got irritated. The second that I saw him, and it's not even because it was him. It's because he's a firefighter who's heating up his noodles while he's eating, but he's holding his fireman helmet.
he was hungry.
Put your fucking helmet down. Why are you holding your helmet while you're eating your food?
Multitask.
Like, it was just, I don't know, it was just stupid to me. They tried to make him look cool, like he's a firefighter. Like, don't get me wrong, bro. I appreciate your service. You're probably a better firefighter than you were a Power Ranger. You know what I mean? Like, continue to save people, bro. I appreciate it. You got fat. I love that you're fat. I love Fat Rocky. You know what I mean? Like, I really do. I love Fat Rocky. But the fact that he's standing there with a helmet in his hand when he gets teleported to the command center,
Yeah.
it just irritated the shit out of me. Like, it really did. But it's just bad product placement. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's just like, you're holding your helmet. Why? Because we don't believe that you're really a firefighter?
Yeah.
You probably weren't. You're probably cosplaying as a fucking firefighter
Yeah.
and eating noodles. You know what I mean? I don't know. That just irked the hell out of me.
Yeah.
But so Billy and Alpha tapped into the Morphin grid and created proxy coins.
Yeah.
So it's funny because they technically the red and the pink power are still out there and they're
So
still being utilized.
yeah, so they did kind of explain it. So this is something I'll give credit to, because it makes sense why Zach will still have his coin as well. Is the fact that they never gave their coin up. They had their coin. They made a copy of the coin and gave it to Adam, Rocky, and Aisha.
I
They
don't
always
recall it
kept their
cloning the coin.
coin.
I felt like they handed it over to them
No,
because I remember them
they made a double coin.
demorphing back
Yeah.
and then them morphing into it.
No, they still own the coin because they want. Zordon was saying that the power would always protect you and stuff like that.
And the
But
reason why Adam couldn't morph because his was broken.
yeah,
You know, if everybody tuned into that episode, remember that
yeah,
episode,
that was
which
badass.
was I wish we had more Adam. I could care less about Ashley or Aisha, whatever
I
her
I
name is. But
I would agree with that. I wish they actually did something like maybe even just with blasters or some shit like that. Just get into a fight or something, or help them
yeah,
out. His ass took like 6 hours to get there. Like, oh, we'll be there in 6 hours. It's an emergency. Yeah, 6 hours. 6 hours.
yeah, but they were traveling at the speed of light.
I don't give a
They
fuck.
were in the Arcturians planet. That's where they were.
They could fucking teleport.
They're not tuned into the morphing
I've
groups.
seen them teleport to different planets. Are you gonna tell
No,
me
I've
in
seen it
can?
too. Try to give it the benefit of the doubt, man. Try to help this. I'm trying to help this special out as much as I can.
They could just
It's,
teleport it.
yes, but you know what I mean. Like we'll be there in 6 hours. Like no, because they went out of the range of the
Man, Adam was like, my back hurts. I don't want to fight. So we'll be there six
I'm
hours, and then hopefully y'all
a,
done, and then I'll
I'm a
just take
voice
the
actor
credit.
now. I'm a voice actor now. I'm
Yeah,
not, I don't really fight like that anymore.
but yeah,
But now, you know, at the same time, the putties is wreaking havoc and fucking
the
people up.
putties were assholes.
Bro, they were awesome. And they looked like the original,
They
like,
look cool.
first early episodes of Mighty Morphin.
I
They
liked
didn't look
it.
like easy poppy.
I liked it, and I liked the little homage to the last movie because they kind of crumbled like rocks and shit.
Yeah, no, that was actually pretty
Yeah,
cool. They didn't get beat up a million times and then, like, all of them on the ground and disintegrate at the same time,
yeah,
which always the show always, like, showed. They crumbled in rocks as they were getting beat up, which was super dope.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
But maybe if y'all didn't do it all the time, y'all would have had better budget for other things.
So now, yeah, well, how many years do you think Angel Grove had peace for? You know what I mean?
I
Like
don't
all of a
know.
sudden, fucking history started
You know,
repeating itself. You know
no,
what I mean?
but you seeing like Adriel had peace, but I was like, yeah. See, this is where my line of what making sense of this comes true is the fact that Billy been doing this all this time. He has this big ass. He took over the command center, made his building there on the command center.
Yeah, he rebuilt the command
Yeah,
center and his company.
and his company's there, but he has the Zordon area fucking hidden, like no
Yeah,
one.
below it.
Yeah, but he owns the building and stuff like that. I actually thought the building looked cool. I was like, all right,
But I
cool.
don't think they were fighting as rangers at all. You know what I mean? I think there was a time where they weren't. Because Billy was he was making tech because if you recall, Billy left and went to the Arcturians planet. So I'm pretty sure he got a lot of technological ideas from them and then brought it back to Earth. You know
So
what I mean?
this is where I again we watch so much Power Rangers. We watch seasons and seasons. So how you gonna tell me straight out there was nothing happening in Angel Grove during that time? And but then there's other Rangers within the same universe that they didn't get calls for or things like that. But then again,
Like
I think
these
this is
workers.
so. I'm gonna answer my own question. They're SPA, not SPD. SPA was before
Yes.
SPD. So there's a chance. But then again, we're making shit up. We're making things to had to make sense of things. But yeah, like the timeline. But like I will say I'm gonna
Your
leave this.
stuttering says it all.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Your
leave
stuttering
this.
says all the frustration that you have.
I'm gonna leave this to the side right now, just in case. If Billy comes to Cosmic Fury and actually does something that continues this or kind of tells the story of how that happened, I'll wait. I'll wait for that and let's see if he actually comes because I heard he's in Cosmic Fury. So let's see. Because other than that, it doesn't make sense.
I know. I feel you. I understand. I'm
Yeah.
just trying to give it a little bit more reasoning behind it because I see the gaps in the story of
Yeah.
what you're saying. Trust me, I really do. But when I'm sitting here watching it on the train, like I ain't gonna lie, I went right back to being a kid again.
Yeah.
But like being an adult watching it and fucking like having the same feeling of being a kid. You know what I mean? Like so all this is happening and I'm like, yes, this is dope, and I'm seeing all the little footnotes and all the little Easter eggs and shit like
Yeah.
that. That like that just like because they mentioned like the whole Bulk and Skull scene. They
Yeah.
weren't even in it, but they were in it.
They
You
had
know
a
what I mean?
sandwich
They were
shop. Yeah.
not. They had a fucking sandwich spot. Like, if that's not perfect for them, then I don't know what the fuck is.
You
You know what I
know.
mean?
Oh god. Finish your thought.
Like Trini's daughter, she ends up discovering obviously that her mother was a Power Ranger and she wants to fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So her first scene, she steals the morpher, the yellow morpher. And the first scene that she fights in is the fucking juice bar.
Yeah.
Ernie's juice bar. It's those things that just made this special. I mean, like, there's not a million things that we can really say about it
So
besides the little Easter eggs that we see.
yeah. So I will say this, and this is something I will give a lot of credit to. This is the fact that it did feel a bit more mature, more adult. Just the fact that they're dealing with death. Someone died, legit died in the series, and they were dealing with the grief and the guilt, the grief, and everything in that between. So I give the show credit for that because you never seen that in the Power Ranger show that someone died. You see it in Sentai, you don't see it in that. But actually dealing with the whole gripe of the death and Billy being guilt guilty by it and things like that. Zach kind of feeling like he's taking care of her, but also worried shitless about her because he doesn't want to lose her as well. You see that within the dynamic, and I actually give credit for that.
Yeah, I like that too. It showed their adult sides.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, they're not the teenagers that we once seen before.
like one thing I give credit, and I'm gonna give the credit too, is like yes, they made this for honestly, they made this mainly for the fans like us. They did make it in a way that a newer fan could follow and watch as well. But they made it mainly for like a hurrah to us because the fan base is like again these are characters that are known for the fan base, but they made it good enough. They made it easy enough for a young person or anything that is first time watcher to follow. But they made it also for us to the Easter eggs and little things like that. But I give it a lot of credit for the whole dealing with death, the grief, and all that stuff as well.
Yes, because it's life, and
Yeah,
it makes it real, and it makes it like not teeny bopper and kiddish
yeah.
anymore.
Like
You know what I mean? It's
yeah,
like it's the real sacrifice that the Rangers were always willing to do.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's the nod, and that's the adult aspect of it, and I love that. You know what I mean? And I also understand where Zach came from when he was trying to stop her daughter, which I forget her name. I always forget her name. She's
May.
really not that important to me. May. Okay, she's not really that important that to me, and I did not like her acting at all. I thought she was horrible.
I thought she was alright.
Um, it was horrible. I'm sorry.
She's a
Every time she's
man. You're not gonna get if you're gonna critique acting. This whole thing was shit acting. I'm just
I
saying.
thought Billy acted his ass off. I think he did a great job.
Uh,
David Yost did a great job, and I think Zach did a good job too. Walter Jones, I think he did a great job. Kat, I could not stand her.
yeah,
I hated it. But what I did love was when they did the real morphing sequence, when they actually morphed, and it was their old faces. Like, I could not stop laughing. I was like, these old ass dudes, and girl, like reprising their Power Ranger roots, you know what I mean? And then you see Rocky, and I'm like, just shut the fuck up, Rocky. Like, you are not the Red Ranger. You're lucky that Austin St. John was not allowed to leave the country for this damn movie, buddy, because you would have never
yeah.
been in this fucking situation.
You know,
And I'm not talking bad about Steve Cardenas. You're probably a beautiful human being, and you follow us, but you definitely don't listen to our cast, buddy, because you would unfollow us in a heartbeat.
so there's a thing like I was talking to I think no who was I talking to? I think I was talking to Louis Beans about it. I understand why I didn't put like Austin St. John not being there is good. Reason why, because Zach and Billy were the kind of like the focal point. Like
Yeah.
if you would have put Tommy in there, you would have put Jason in there. Most people would have drawn for them being the focal point. As in them not being there, Billy and Zach are kind of like the mainstays, and those
It
are the
gave
ones that
them
you're
the
gonna look at.
leadership roles and the fathership roles of
Yeah.
what they've become
So
through
I'm
time.
actually,
You know what I mean?
I actually, I'm happy they weren't there. As much as I would have loved to see Jason David Frank reprise his role, and again, shout outs to him, rest in peace and shit like that. I understand him not being in it too, because again, they would have been a focal point. Amy Jo Johnson, Pink Ranger, was a popular character. She would have been a focal point as well.
It would have been awesome
Letting,
to see it though.
but letting it the secondary Rangers like Cat, Rocky come in, things like that, it made a lot of sense, and it made it more the fact that I was paying attention to Billy and Zach more than I was paying attention to everyone else.
Word up.
And I liked it.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
But so now Rita sends now back to the story.
Yes.
Rita sends the monsters out to capture the Rangers, and they're wreaking havoc. And they find out that don't get touched by the snake. You don't get reared by them because you'll get turned into a lightning figure. And then it flashes to Rita in Pandora's palace, and she's starting to start up her portal that she did. So she had a hell of a collection going.
One of
Might
the
I add.
one of the things that she said that made me laugh is that when she had the device out and shit, she was like, "Billy, you didn't see my new invention?" Like she was mad that he didn't look at it. She was like, "God damn, I made this. You not even impressed."
Like,
Shit.
she's not a technical. She's like, you can't keep a good witch down, a bad witch down. Like,
She made me laugh. She really did make me laugh.
She said something dope, like, cause all right, so now I got a question to ask you right after I state what it was. So she went on a rampage and started collecting Rangers.
Yeah.
Right. So I have actually a list of all the Rangers that she collected because I froze the film and I took pictures.
Yeah, you said.
You know what I mean? And I figured out exactly who she caught.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm going to give a rundown right now of everybody that she caught. The first thing that I noticed, obviously, we know Rocky, Jason, and Kimberly were caught. Right.
Yes.
But the one that stood out the most, which is a very small glimpse of just his helmet, was the Phantom Ranger.
Yes. Phantom Ranger.
She caught the Phantom Ranger. And then she also had, she had the Phantom Ranger, and I'm just going to go through this real quick. She had the Red Dino Ranger Connor McKnight. She had the White Dino Thunder Ranger Trent Fernandez. She had out of Beast Morphers, she had the Blue Ranger Ravi Shaw. She had the Red Ranger Devin Daniels. She had the Gold Ranger Nate Silver, which I've never seen Beast Morphers yet. Yeah. So I'm intrigued to see, but it just shows you she caught 3 of those bastards. You know what I mean? She had Zeo Ranger Tanya, Nikita, the one who I met at Comic-Con and lied to her damn face, saying that she's one of the best Yellow Rangers. She is not. They had Lunar Wolf, Merrick, had Lost Galaxy, Blue, Kai, and Red Leo.
And Green.
And Green Damon. And also had Ashley from Space.
Ashley from Space and Samurai. Sure Blue Samurai.
I didn't see a Samurai.
No, that's Beast Morpher, my fault.
Yeah. So that was all the Rangers that she took.
Which
is a hell of a collection.
You want to know something? It's funny. Those are all Lightning Collection figures that are released already.
Exactly.
Like,
so she did it the hard way.
Yeah. She just took the souls.
So now, but I think actually, as I was about to ask you this question.
Yeah.
Did she use that portal to jump in time to get them? But then I realized that she didn't she needed the Rangers to charge the portal. So that's what I was going to ask. But now, how the fuck did she get all of them? You're like, they all sucked that bad in their older years that they all lost. The Beast Morphers alone, they're young. They're still young. They couldn't band together and beat this Rita. I'm pretty sure in their season they had fucking villains that was worse than her.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe she snuck up on them because she knew their identities.
And they probably didn't even know who Rita was.
Yeah, and
Dino Thunder had the breakdown of all the years, so they knew who the fuck he was. I mean, Connor McDavid was a soccer player.
Yeah, he wasn't that smart.
Yeah.
If it was the Blue Ranger, then I'm like, damn, he got caught. He was a smart one. but he wasn't.
But the white dino, that was fucking that was Mesogog's son,
Yeah,
bro. You know what I mean? Trent.
yeah.
And he went evil for a while, so he had the power to do that shit.
I don't know. Like again, they didn't explain how she captured her or where she captured her and things like that. They just know that she was charged. They were helping her charge her machine to go back and get her beautiful body back.
But I like, yeah, her beautiful body back. Which is so funny.
That's what she
So
said.
her plan, like I said, was to go to the moment when those spacemen opened up the capsule that she was in on the moon,
Yeah,
and team up with her and kill the Rangers in their sleep. That was her plan. I'm pretty sure that the second that Rita was released, Zordon like summoned them. All right, he actually kidnapped them, should I say?
yeah,
He definitely did. So they did now. They go to the moon. Billy, um, fucking Cat, Rocky, and this is where you actually see Rita actually fight. I've never seen Rita actually fight before.
yeah.
She always just rode that little flying bike and sat in the fucking thing, and always sat behind on buildings and watched it. Like, she beat the fuck out of him.
Yeah.
Rocky came in with this stupid little slam down punch. She just beat the crap out of him. Zach came in with this big ass kick. She hit him with the staff. And Billy tried to I think tried to stop the machine. I don't recall 100%, but now this is the moment in time for me. Now everything was fine up to this moment. And I know exactly what moment I'm talking about. This is where they summon the Megazord. And I loved the sequence of the Megazord when it was on Earth.
Yeah.
I thought that scene was actually pretty dope because we got to see it in like a high def way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it popped. It wasn't pixelated because everything that we watch with Power Rangers old school is a little pixelated because it's 1993.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we're sitting there and we got to see the transformation of the Megazord. But as soon as it transformed over into the moon, it just went downhill from there. I'm like, fucking, this shit sucks now. You know what I mean? Like, it legitimately ruined the whole vibe of the transformation of the Megazord. Even like the scene when it stands up, they did it too fast. They're supposed to do that shit slow. You know what I mean? Like, they could have verbatim did the exact same thing, but they sped that one part up, and it just made it really bad. And then it also did this one little other move when the helmet clicked together,
Yeah.
and they were just supposed to put the arm up. It didn't do that. It like did some stupid like Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator 2 shit, and I hated it. Absolutely hated it. But Billy and oh shit, my bad. May ended up getting the power of the Yellow Ranger because she jumped in front to save Billy's life and got hit in the morpher and then got possessed by the ghost of her mother basically.
Yeah.
And then became the Yellow Ranger. So her and Billy ended up going inside the Megazord, controlling the Megazord. Now this is what made that sequence a lot better for me is when the rest of the Rangers came in, Rocky was sent to the back. You know what I mean? Rocky was sitting in the back right chair, which is our left to visually seeing him, but he would be in the back right.
Yeah.
Normally in the Megazord, all you saw was the Red Ranger.
Yeah, he was in front.
So this moment in time, like Billy's like, "Fuck you, I'm running the show, bitch." You know what I mean? Like, it was super dope. I like that. The whole killing of the monster. It was like they got the sword and they stabbed him in the side and he was done.
Yeah.
Stupid. But this is also where you actually got to see the Rangers use their weapons. Like they killed Rita, they killed the other monster. You know what I mean? Like, it was super dope.
That was something I really enjoyed. They actually used their weapons and everything like that. Like that, May fucking threw the daggers and nailed the freaking putty to the wall. Um, Billy fucking
And
stabbing
Ranger used
Rita
the
through the
bow
chest.
to actually destroy the machine. You know what I mean?
Rocky actually looked cool doing that sword move.
Yeah. finally did something.
Yeah, I dug I dug the last fight. I didn't care for the Megazord either. Like I didn't like the way it was done. I think they could have done it
The
better or
first
even
movie
went back
looked
to like
better,
that.
bro.
Yeah, I said I told you that. And it's just it's a shame. Like I kind of wanted it to be a cool sequence. You guys have the technology, but you know what? You spent all your money on making putties crumble, so that there you go. This is CGI.
I mean, I don't know. The the little things like Rita, like she was missing a tooth.
Yeah. And then
I thought that was
he
cool.
broke her face. Like she broke her, like half her face and shit
Yeah,
in
and
the
her one
beginning.
tooth was missing.
Yeah.
It was fucking awesome. But that's literally the movie. I mean, then they go to the scene. They're at the juice bar having a an intimate conversation, and then it cuts to like the scene from the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers with Kimberly and all of them having a picnic
Yeah.
in the juice bar,
Yeah.
singing a song, and then it just was fucking tears from there because it was a memoriam for Trini
Yeah.
and Tommy, Jason David Frank, and
Yeah.
the actress for Yellow Ranger, and that was sad. It was nice, but it literally made me tear up at work. I had to
Yeah.
like turn my head real quick. It was super sad.
I'm not crying. You crying?
But yeah, so like that's literally that hour special.
Yeah. Um, my little critiques with it and like, things that annoyed me in it is when she had the morpher in the first part, and there's a button on the morpher. If you actually have like a replica
Doesn't
of
know.
morpher,
She doesn't
it
know.
fucking annoyed the shit out of me because it's a red button, and what tells you not to press the red button? It is legit red button. That was one thing
Doesn't
that
know.
annoyed me. I will say I liked the putties because the putties were trying to murder people. They threw Billy off a roof. They power bombed the May on the counter in the juice bar. Like they were coming for blood, and I dug that. Um, again, I like the react. I like the hip hop keto, man. That scene was pretty dope. I
Oh,
cannot
yeah,
say
he killed
that.
that. Yeah, Walter Jones, Zach, you definitely killed that because you know he did it better than he did it when he was young.
Yeah, like I gotta give him credit. Like he fucking killed it. Like I was happy. I got that's where my nostalgia came. I was like, yeah, exactly. Zach did pretty good with
He
that.
killed that. He killed that scene.
Um,
I have a bunch of things that I like. I have a couple things that I don't like, but you can continue and I'll let you
um,
finish up what you like and
little
don't
things
like.
that like again, there's a lot of things I liked. I didn't mind May. I get that she wasn't great at it, but then again, we watched Power Rangers. They're all not good actors, so it comes to a point that was like, yeah, it's just a regular Power Ranger actor. I did like her story. I like the things that Zach said to her. I think Zach was my favorite character throughout this show. I give Billy credit, but Zach was my favorite one because I think he was the heart of the team. He was the heart of everything, and trying to keep things together. And I liked his conversations with May. I think he was really good in having these conversations with her and
I
actually,
think they shared their
yeah,
moments, Billy and Zach. I think they
yeah.
shared
I think,
those
yeah,
heartfelt moments.
yeah, yeah. But I think Zach had more just the fact that he was her guardian.
Yeah, I mean he took the mantle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So and for a kid that's not his, who was disowned by her father, and they hated her. They hated him so much they
Yeah.
had no pictures of him in the house.
There was no
um,
signs.
I'll give what I don't like about the
Okay.
show because there's a lot of things that I do like. What I don't like, hands down, the thing that ruined a lot for me is the sequence of the Megazord. Not the sequence on Earth, because on Earth it looked badass. When they were
Okay.
going through the jungle together, that shit looked fucking dope. When they were assembling, coming together, that shit was dope. It's just the second that they're on the fucking moon and they turned into that like weird color and then it stood up. From there, it just was horrible CG. Horrible.
Yeah.
I don't like the fact that it's only an hour long. I felt like we should have got a lot more. Like you said, you said at work that it should have been like a 5-part hour each hour for
Yeah.
five for like a mini series of an hour of like 5 episodes. That
Yeah.
would have been dope.
Because I would have liked more backstory. I would have liked to see what they were actually doing to make money. Because Zach had a nice ass house. Like, you're a congressman, but you're not Congress now. So what are you doing now?
Selling drugs, like every congressman does.
Right. But
What you call it?
yeah,
I wanted to see how Rita captured the other Rangers.
yeah, me too. I wanted to see them in the
I
end, or at least the Rangers in the end too.
I didn't like. I mean, yes, May, the actress, but I mean that's just me nitpicking. You know what I mean? That's really all that. Um, Besides that, like that's kind of really what I didn't like about it. The Megazord sequence like messed me up. That was supposed to be the icing on the cake, bro. The cherry on the fucking ice cream. You know what I mean? Like that was supposed to be it. That whole fight scene with the Megazord was horrible. It was very fast. They came up, did a quick kick, got the fucking power sword, and stabbed them in the side, and it was over. It was stupid,
Yeah,
absolutely stupid. The build up for nothing, like it flatlined. It was horrible. Um, Now what I do like about the show, now I love a lot. I love the Rad Bug too was in it. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it was
the punch
the
buggy.
second version of the car. Super dope. I like the fact that they actually had the voice dub overs of the original Rangers fighting. You heard Kimberly, you heard Amy Jo Johnson, you heard Jason David Frank, you heard Trini's voice, you heard all their voices. I love that. You know what I mean? Because that made it real. I hate Rocky with a passion. No matter what, you can't make him a good ranger. Kat, I never liked her either. She's just up there, just below Rocky in my hatred of fucking Rangers. And she, because Amy Jo Johnson never wanted to reprise her role,
Yeah,
never, she was always the one that took the mantle of the original Pink Ranger.
yeah,
Always, coming back in costume and stuff like that. Her acting was horrible. The fact that they trapped these two monsters from this little fucking magnet crane and made the woman do it. Why are the men standing on the ground and making the girl do it? You know what I mean? Maybe I don't know. The fact that she didn't even acknowledge that or be upset that Jason, I mean Tommy, was fucking captured, the father of her child. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like I hate that too. But what I love Rita. I think Rita was actually really cool, and that was a good take on her. The fact that it was the original actress's voice,
yeah.
the fact that she was comedic. You mentioned the little nod, like Billy, look at my machine, like you're
Yeah.
not impressed that thing,
That shit made
you
me
can't
laugh.
keep a bad witch down. She's like I've never killed the same ranger twice before. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like it's like certain things like that. The nods to the past. You know what I mean? The Balkan skull, the juice bar. The fact that when they were fighting, Zach was like, "You messed the wrong. You picked the wrong place." You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
it's just all the nods to our childhood was there, and I felt like they did the best with what they had. They didn't direct it. They didn't fund it. You know what I mean? This is Hasbro's doing. Hasbro
Yeah.
owns it all. So we can't blame them for what came about. It was too short. But
Yeah.
I felt like a little kid in my adult body
I, I
watching.
I think it had potential to be like a mini series, like maybe a 5 part mini series kind of thing. I think they have enough story there that they could have really told something. Um, I like there's things I like the nostalgia factor. I liked. I think they did a good job. Zach and Billy actually being the focal points. I actually think they did a good job, and them bringing back things from the past, like the like the planet. Oh, she used to ask him about you, Billy. I mean,
I was
going
gonna
back on his
mention that
adventures and
because
things like that.
the the world knows that David Yost is gay.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Good for you, buddy. You know what I mean?
he likes
But
aliens.
like the look that he gave, you know what I mean? Kind of like a nod. It kind of like broke
Yeah,
the fourth wall a little bit, I think, because like he didn't want to go back to her because he's gay.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I sensed that and it was like a little nod to it. You know what I mean?
But
I thought it was fun, man. I thought it
yeah,
was a good. I thought it was a good time. You know what I mean? It's for the kids inside of us, bro.
I,
It's
I
not obviously for adults,
I
and
would
we've
have
seen
liked
a lot better.
more Adam and Aisha, just like maybe with blasters or some shit like that. Just a little bit more of them too, and them actually explaining what they do and what Legion of Rangers that they are. Because again, with the timeline they're going with, we don't know exactly which Rangers are actually like active and shit either. So that would have been kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like again, you need like a 5-part series. What makes me sad about this, and I was telling you this, I was texting you. This could have led into the Son of a Dragon being made into a miniseries, and that makes me
No, I
sad.
feel you. But anything that deals with Jason David Frank is going to be touchy,
Yeah, but
no matter what.
but like I like how they did this. I see potential for that. Seeing that they already mentioned JJ and stuff like that. I was like, damn, that would have been actually fucking cool if they could have did a miniseries of Soul of the Dragon. And I know that Jason David Frank wanted to do that when he was alive and stuff like that. He actually talked about doing that, and he actually tried to make something with Saban to actually do that for Netflix, but he wanted it to be more mature and not be made for mainly kids. This one, Hasbro was willing to work with them, and it had more. It was still TVY in general, but it dealt with more serious tone things that the Rangers don't always win, and that was something that I always say about past casts too, is the fact that the Rangers always find a way to win. Like if this was on the TV episode, Trini probably would have rised up. Like I'm okay.
I did it.
Exactly. So, and
She got blown
not
the fuck up off a mountain, bro.
yeah. So
Off the cliff.
but somehow, some way, if they was on the regular TV show, she would have been alive and they would have won.
But
And it would
also,
have been
oh,
good
I
news.
just thought about this. Trini went out the same way that she saved Billy.
Yeah.
Heights. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They mentioned that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like she she conquered her fear of heights to save Billy, and now she sacrificed herself and then fell off the cliff. That symbolism is crazy.
Yeah. But
I don't know. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Yes, we can gripe all day about what it could have been, and but that's not what we got.
no.
What we got, you know what I mean. I accept what we had. I'm happy that you took a second take on it, because I kind of felt like I was defending it too much to you, to
Yeah.
try to persuade you, to enlighten you to my perspective of how I was seeing it. And I was happy that you dove into it a second time, and then you hit me up like I enjoyed it a lot more a second time than I
Yeah.
did the first time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
She paid
This
attention to it.
nostalgia definitely plays a part in this, because this is our childhood.
Yeah.
But I think it did justice, and we never know. We can get some more. If this thing does well.
So I'm looking at the casting stuff, and guess who's in Dino Fury on the cast?
Dino
Ming
Fury.
Kwan, Tweeni's daughter. She's in Dino Fury. Dino Cosmic Fury.
Oh, the same actress?
No, she's playing the same character.
Oh, man. You know what that means, man? They could be opening up some
Let's
shit.
see where Billy is. Where's David Yost? Because I've been hearing rumors that he is in Dino Fury. He is in Dino Fury.
Oh, man. This could be turning into some real
Yeah. So the new
Mighty
season
Morphin
has, yeah.
holding the mantle of holding the mantle of mentors. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That would be cool.
No, that would be super dope, actually, and that's genius if you ask me.
Yeah. So 1 out of 5, where you give once and always.
I give it a 3.7.
3-7. I'm gonna go.
3.7.
Yeah, I'll go 3-7. I go 3.75. So me watching the second time, I pretty much put my headphones on and ignored everybody and just pretty much watched it. There was a lot of things I took away. There was a lot of things I think the second time me watching it, Rita made me laugh a lot more. Like I was catching her little clip, her little one-liners and shit, and she had me fucking laughing.
She's hilarious.
Yeah, she was hilarious. I didn't mind Rocky. I really didn't mind. I thought stupid. He was a stupid character, but I think he got his kick in. He redeemed himself with the kick, and that made me laugh. I was like, oh shit, he
The only thing
redeemed
he
his
did
kick.
was stab the monster with the sword, and that was it,
That was
bro.
pretty cool.
Everything else, he's not really a good actor, bro.
He
He's
got
not.
his kick
He's
back. He
cheesy.
the one that
He,
he fell
I
out the
like the
ring.
I like the fact that he was fat
Yeah.
and he had a beer gut. Oh, also what I didn't like, and you mentioned this at work, the body doubles were horrible.
Oh yeah, that was very noticeable and pretty bad. Cause like
Like
Kimberly would be like 6 foot tall and then go down to like 3 foot, 5'3" and shit. And I'm like,
Cat hit her body with that vest because we all know that she's like chunky in real
yeah.
life now. You know what I mean? And then she was super skinny. Like
But they were really in the suits. There was like one or two scenes when they had the helmets off, but the rest of it was body doubles.
I don't ever recall them with their helmets off and the being in the
In the
suit.
beginning, it was Zach and Billy anyway.
Yeah, maybe I don't know because they're skinny.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? They're not fat.
yeah.
But,
Oh, it was only Zach and Billy. It
like
was
I
only
said,
that.
I enjoyed it for I enjoyed it for what it was, and I hope that this builds into something bigger, man.
Yeah,
Because it
me
would be
too.
super dope to have these characters back and show the kids who the originals were, and maybe have them dive down into the past, and
Yeah,
then go through what we did. You know what I mean? And maybe follow the MorphinCast.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
It was fun. It was a fun series. I enjoyed it. I thought it was. I thought it was a fun series.
I was hooked
Um,
from the very second it started, man. I really was.
yeah,
I was pro this through the whole shit until the Megazord. I'm like, fuck, bro.
yeah. Once I
Like
saw the
I was
Megazord,
fighting so hard. I was fighting you so hard with it
yeah.
until the Megazord, and I'm sitting next to you at work. I'm like, yeah, you're right, bro. This fucking just shit the bed, bro. Totally shit the bed, man.
Yeah, but it was good. It was a good series. I recommend everyone watch it if you're a fan of Power Rangers. If you want nostalgicness, and I was just happy to see Zach and Billy back. I thought they did their jobs well in this, and I just
Doing
really
some
glad
real
to see them.
acting too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I also dug the theme song and the ending, and
Yeah,
and
that shit was
and,
so
and the
sad,
tribute.
man.
The tribute was nice.
That tribute was so sad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna end up watching it again when I come home from the wedding tonight.
And cry.
Cry my eyes out.
Eating cake.
I'll be drunk.
But it was fun. Definitely check it out on Netflix. It's going on now. Now I gotta watch Cosmic Fury because now I see Billy and May is in there. So I'm like, huh?
Like I want to, but I still gotta watch Beast Morphers, man. I don't want to
Beast
watch it
Morphers was
until I
cool.
get up to that part.
We're getting there.
You know
We'll
what I mean?
get there eventually.
Oh yeah. But
um,
pretty soon, we'll have our review of Geki Ranger,
Genki Ranger. Yes.
which is the counterpart to
Jungle Fury.
uh, Jungle Fury. Yes. I've been procrastinating, but I also have been having a busy life lately.
Yeah.
So I apologize for that. This is not the Mike's fault, but we still have a million things to cast about. So
Yeah. Our next MorphinCast will be the Sentai cast for Geki Ranger. Then we'll
I
go
promise.
into RPM and then RPM Sentai. We will be doing small casts in between just to catch us up, especially when it comes to the Sentai, because Sentai's are long. So if we do need an extra week or two with the Sentai, we will probably give you a comic book review and things like that, because we still have a lot of those in the bank as well. So it would be easier just to produce and everything like that, because we also not only be doing the Morphin cast and watching 50 episodes of each of these, we are watching a full season of Turtles, full season of Clone Wars, and things like that. Luckily, Star Wars has some shows out, so they're shorter and they're easier to get through. So we've been doing those, but we also gotta eventually go back to Clone Wars. So, but other than that, Sentai, we'll be back for the Geki Ranger. I'm actually looking forward to finishing it because it's actually been getting really good. So I'm excited to see where it goes from there. And we'll wrap this up. Thank you for listening.
yeah,
I'm
thanks.
Go ahead. Okay, I thought you were gonna say something.
No,
Thank you.
no, just, thanks.
Yeah. Thank you for listening. I'm Mark the Mike. Follow me on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud, and Twitch. All Mark the Mike. Follow my TikTok, Mark the Mike. I have figure, beer, and comics galore there, so definitely check it out and give me a follow. Check out Red Cycling Inc. on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud, and WordPress. There's a lot of game videos up that Louis Beans did recently, and shout outs to him, our producer. He makes our podcast sound pretty. Follow Tenacious D.
Yes, you can follow me at the Real Tatsu Wop on Instagram. Go and check out the Popcorny podcast that I host with my boy Sriracha, my boy Straw Hat Ty, and the Merc with the Mic. Everything to do with pop culture. It's just a breakdown of whatever the hell we want to do at the time. You can go and check out that on Spotify at the Popcorny Podcast and also on SoundCloud. You can also go and check out the Popcorny Podcast 1975 Instagram page and also the Popcorny 1975 TikTok as well.
Yep.
Go and check out our other cast of obviously the MorphinCast, which you're listening to now. Shell Shock, Not a Trekkie, and the Gamer Rage podcast.
Yep.
Also, the Merc with the Mic and Louis Beans weekly podcast of It Gets Better, I Swear, and the Wrestling Babble.
Yeah.
Always a shout out to Game On, retro video game store based out in Long Island, 3 separate locations, one in Miller Place, one in Smithtown, one in Patchogue, satisfying all your retro video game needs. Also, go and check out Game On Retro Video Game Arcade, located in the Smith Haven Mall in Lake Grove. Fucking awesome time. Go walk around the mall, get a stamp, come back. You can play all day. $20 for adults, $10 for kids. Fun for all generations of people. Leave there, go down the road, go to Retro Relics and Time Warp, and you will get lost and spend all your damn money. I promise you that.
Yes. Peace out, laters, and fuck Zordon.
Yeah, I always fuck Zordon. And I'm happy Zordon was not in this fucking
I was about to say, you bring him back, I'll punch him back.
Bro, I was so happy that he stayed gone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I like that they still had the slash on his capsule. That
yes.
Andros
It just reminded me that Andros was the man.
Yes, Andros
Leave it at that.
is the man. So yes, our next MorphinCast will be Geki Ranger. So stay tuned for that. Peace out, laters, and again, fuck Zordon.
Don't be the jinky.